Jesus saves everyone. He also doesn't.
What's up, guys? It is episode 8 of the Blackboard. Alex couldn't be with us this time. He's not feeling that well, so sending our best wishes to you, bud. And let's do part 2, drunk stories. Whatever you feel like talking about.
The first one, I have 2. So the first one I would probably do would be the Claremont Craft beer walk that I went with you and I met your friend Quentin.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a fun time. That was back in late June, from what I remember. I remember it being relatively warm. It was pretty hot. And the fact that we, it was like $50 tickets, but the thing that I kind of didn't like was, you know how they gave us the souvenir glass cup? And that's the glass cup we had to use to refill all of our drinks. And I mean, come to think about it, in the past recent years, you know, they've been like super crazy about the whole COVID.
Oh, yeah.
The whole COVID stuff, and you know I'm very much against all of that. But the fact that at least have some sort of water cleaning station.
Oh yeah, for the glasses.
Yeah, for the glasses, because some of those beers we had, they were really good, but they were kind of like smoothie ones too.
Oh yeah, and then there were some that were just like they were sweet and they were sticky.
Yeah, sweet and sticky, and then they just leave like kind of like a residue and a smell to it, so it would add on to the next beer. So you're having a super sweet like beer or a cider, and then after that you have an IPA. You're like, this doesn't taste good at all.
Like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
It's like that Dumb and Dumber puts the finger between his crack. Something smells wrong with my beer. Oh, yours smells extra worse.
Yeah. There's but besides that, it was cool. The only thing that I thought was an absolute trap was the jewelry store.
Oh man, that was nuts. So the way they have it set up is everybody goes in there, and instead of bars for the beer walk, it's a bunch of stores. That's cool. It generates, business for them. But the craziest one was this jewelry store where there's like thousands of dollars worth of shit that they're trying to sell.
Don't forget, small businesses too, because considering it's Claremont. Claremont, small city, there are really no corporations there except for Vaughn's and Trader Joe's and gas stations. That's it.
We were watching people like spend drop $3,000 because they would come in there drunk already.
Yeah. So
it's like, oh, it's just money, dude. Here's my credit card. What? Negative money? I don't care. I'm drunk.
That was crazy because a lot of the people that were there were married couples.
Oh yeah.
A lot of married couples, and I say that distinctly married couples because you can tell that they're married and that most of them had wedding rings on. If they're a boyfriend and girlfriend, you're most likely not going to get a sale. But if you're a married couple, of course you are. You're going to buy a ring for your wife. I mean, you can admit there was some
jewelry.
There was a badass knife there.
Yeah, I was looking at a couple of the knives. They were like tempered and multicolored, and I was like, oh, this looks badass. It's got the wooden hilt, freaking smoothed down. I'm like, I was gonna say ivory, but I was like, I don't think it was. Well, it wasn't white.
I think one of them was Damascus steel.
Yeah, we were.
That's why I was like, oh, that's some expensive shit. Like those don't come by very cheap.
No.
So that. Besides that, I had a really good time, and I got pretty shit-faced by the end of the night, because after we went to Eureka, and we had more drinks, and then you gave me that fucking old-fashioned.
Oh, and then you and Quentin had the longest political talk ever.
It was awesome.
Oh yeah, he's really smart. I like hanging out with him.
And I honestly thought it was hilarious that when we did the live, what the fuck was it? When we played Halo and we were doing the live, we went live on TikTok and Instagram.
Oh yeah, like last week.
Yeah, and Quentin answers on there, and then he started talking about politics. I was like, oh my god.
Quentin joins midway. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
That was on Instagram because we got banned off of TikTok live for a month because of, I guess, our cursing.
A month?
It was a month, yeah.
I thought it was a week.
Or it was like 2-3 weeks. I don't know. I didn't actually see. I just saw that the date was the next month.
We were saying some now and today compared to like when we were younger, like 10, 15 years ago, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Oh yeah, you can get away with all kinds of shit talking to your friends. Now it's a lot more sensitive.
The second you say, you can bleep this out, right?
Yeah, I'll bleep it.
The second you say or queer or something stupid like that, It's
Well, you could say queer, like that's queer. Like queer used to just mean that's odd.
Okay, how about retard? Can you get
I
away
mean,
with retard?
No. I mean, I think I left it in the last podcast. Alex said retard like 10 times. No, wait, no, that was like maybe 2 episodes ago.
What is it? You're literally fucking retarded. Say something like that, along the lines of that.
I'm thinking it could have even been me yelling at people like, I hope you get fucking cancer. I get that offends a lot of people, but I mean, my dad had cancer and he beat it, and I've lost like 3 family members to cancer, so like I understand why it's sensitive, but at the same time, I'm coming from like the dark humor perspective because it makes it easier for me to cope with.
Of course. Yeah.
And you guys get offended at me because I'm trying to cope in my own way, and it's not PG enough for you, or PC for you guys, but whatever.
I think that's stupid as shit. But anyways, you go ahead.
Okay. We didn't even talk about how we were sitting on the top of the, balcony,
dude,
listening to Butthole Surfers.
Yeah, we're listening to Butthole Surfers at the top of the parking structure.
Yeah, we were literally sitting on the side. If we'd leaned forward, we would just die.
yeah, I would have been like maybe a 20-foot drop to the head.
I have a video so I can put it right here.
I don't mind the sun sometimes, images that it shows. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was a fun night.
That was.
I really enjoyed it, and then, the next day I had to go to work.
Yeah, sucks ass. I got to sleep in.
Well, I got sleep in too, but I just worked graveyard shift, which is honestly sometimes a fucking drag.
See, Quentin was the smarter one. He's like, I'm going to cut myself off right here. We're just like, no, man, keep drinking. And then me and you just start fucking with each other. You drink more. Like, no, I don't want to. Okay, you drink more. We just did that all night. And then, yeah.
Yeah, that's usually what you and I do, though.
We went to a third bar, remember? We went to the craft, then we went to the bar, and then we went to a third bar. Do you remember that?
What bar?
Don't you remember? We went to Mustang Sally's after.
Oh, dude, yeah.
You were gone at that point.
I wasn't gone. I had the biggest fucking headache in the world.
Comes on early sometimes.
Honestly, recently, it's been happening to me. It happened to me Sunday. I only had 3 beers. They were Coors Banquet beers, and it's because I didn't drink enough fucking water that day.
We're too old to not be drinking water now.
Yeah, dude, I guess so, man. Like my body tells me, yeah, no, like we're gonna dehydrate you, and then your head's gonna start swelling. And I'm like,
oh man,
that shit sucked.
Oh man, I'm thinking of a funny story with Philip right now, but I'm gonna save that for another episode. I'm still not gonna say the knife one. Let me think of another, because I've told. It's
not a funny story.
It's not a funny story. It's a fucking horrible
tragedy.
Story.
Yeah.
Wait till Alex tells a horrible story, then I'll do my competition thing. You say I always do.
You do.
I don't even think about it.
You do, man.
I don't even realize I do it. I mean, now sometimes when I say something, I'm like, oh wait, no. Never mind. Because I'm like, fuck, he's probably thinking I'm just trying to compare myself again.
Yes, it's true.
Alright, let me think here. Okay, so this was more like when we were, I think, 19 or 20. So this is the same buddy that we drank the coffee mugs with, got shit-faced, and he throws up all over himself, breaks my door down. I'm throwing up macaroni in the bathroom. This is the same guy, but we're older now.
Okay.
And
that was your first drunk story.
Yeah. This is like 4 stories down, 5, maybe more. I mean, not blackout. I've only ever had like 4 blackouts. I think some of them are actually more recent, just because of the new group, the rave group I hang out with. But
that blacking out sucks.
It does suck. But this one, I get off of school and I go hang out with Philip. I come home, I ride my bike up the street to his house, and he's already having a beer. He's like, oh, you gotta start drinking with me. I'm like, all right, man. I just got out of class. Let's start drinking beers. So we're drinking for like maybe a couple hours. Not like crazy, because now we've already had our second horrible drunk encounter, so now we know how to pace ourselves a little bit better. So we're just drinking and drinking and drinking, and we were already kind of getting good at whipping each other. So we're like, let's have a whipping competition. So we get rags, and we just fucking go at it, just like fucking hitting each other and shit. And we didn't realize we were hitting each other for 4 hours. Like, it is freaking dark now. The sun is gone, and we're still just drinking beers and whipping each other. And we got good to this point where we could hold 2 and just whip each other like this. Oh, I remember I got real close to his eye, too. I whipped him like up here and right here, like a little freaking red mark. Right next to his eyeball. I'm like, oh, man, maybe we should stop. And then he gets me back. The worst one I remember, oh, man. So while we were whipping each other, one of the times, he goes low, gets me right on the tip of the penis.
Oh.
I was like, oh!
Yeah, I know how that feels. My stepbrothers used to do this shit to me all the time.
Man.
They tortured me constantly.
Did you ever get them back, though?
They were twice my size.
Just prank them.
I usually did, but I did it with words. That's the only way I could ever really fight back with
Your
it.
ass!
No, I would just say really rude, mean stuff. Like, one of my brothers had braces for a long time, and he was in his 20s. And he got an old car. It was a 1969 Ford Galaxy 500 Fastback. Super rare car, very expensive to find. I've even tried to look it up myself. A shit box, completely done. No wheels on it. Just the chassis and the shell itself is like $7,000.
Jeez.
And he bought that with an engine. Actually, you can actually run it for roughly around the same, if not a little less. But this was like in 2011, so.
That's pretty good.
Wait, no. No, it was like 2011, yeah, because now I think about it, in 2011, money was more worth. There was more worth to money than now.
There's heavier value to the money.
Yeah.
It's always going to be in a down slope.
Yeah.
Always.
So,
unless something miraculous happens, which I doubt.
No. I remember telling him, I was like, oh, so what are you going to do for your first trip, for your first ride in the Galaxy? He was like, what do you mean? I'm like, are you going to go to the dentist to fix that fucking teeth of yours? In front of my whole family, and they all started laughing at him. So that's the only way how I can actually get back at them.
That's a little fucked up, but it's funny.
Yeah, it's fucked up, but I didn't care because they would fuck with me, dude. They pin me on the ground with their legs, hold my hands and my arms back, and then they just do this.
Oh.
Right on my forehead. Right on my fucking forehead for like 10 minutes straight.
Did they give you pink belly still?
No, they used to. One time they put their dirty ass socks in my mouth.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, sweaty socks. And one time they didn't. What's that term? They not teabag. Basically, one of them had a hairy ass and they put it on my head.
All right, I'm not above that. I've done that to people.
Yeah, you don't have that wolf ass though. One of them did.
No.
He still does.
Is that the one you nicknamed Skunk?
No, that's my brother.
Oh.
That's my real brother. The other two are my stepbrothers. They're the ones that used to torture. My real brother used to torture me when we were kids. I remember one time he had a metal BB, had a slingshot, and boom, right at my stomach.
Ooh.
Had a welt right there.
Jeez.
And he ran me over with his bike. With his regular bicycle. But yeah, and we used to wrestle and fight with each other all the time. That was when we were little. But yeah, I was always a bully, but I always got him back psychologically by fucking them up in the head.
Yeah, just gotta take on their insecurities if you can't fight them physically.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know we're a little off topic, but you have anything else to say besides that?
No, I think that's my drunk story for today.
Well, the second one I'll try to keep it brief
Yeah.
because I know we're running out of time now.
I mean, because that 30-minute one I edited last week, it took 2 hours to upload.
That's what I'm saying.
It took an hour to edit at least.
So I would say that for that story, for that drunk story, it was the most recent one we had.
Yeah.
Besides playing games here and getting kind of sort of shit-faced.
We filled up the whole trash can with bottles.
Yeah. Well, I had like 4, but I was perfectly fine. I think Alex had about 4 or 5, and you had roughly about the same, maybe a little more.
Maybe.
So yeah, that's a good amount. I mean, if my dad's like, that's some pussy shit. I remember him telling me once, him and his friend, they polished off 30 beers each in one fucking night. I was pretty.
Like me and Philip back in the day in Havasu. That's another drunk story I get to tell next time.
Nice. So this one was what? July? June? No, it was in July.
Yeah, it was recent.
Yeah, it was in July, mid-July, I would say. we went to Claremont. We met up with an old friend of ours that we haven't seen in a few years. Matt,
Yeah.
because he
good
went,
to see him.
Yeah, because he went to Oregon. He actually used to work with me. He worked with me for a few months, and then he moved to Oregon, and then he was gone.
Yeah, I know, for like a couple of years at least.
Yeah, he was gone for close to 3 years.
Wow.
And then he came back, and I called him on the phone to see how he was. I didn't know. I thought he was still in Oregon. And he told me he was back down here. I'm like, dude, we should fucking hang out. We haven't hung out in a long time.
I should invite him to the game night, too.
Oh, he'd have a blast. He would have a good time. Oh, dude, fighting Ben.
Yeah?
I mean,
he's got a kid now,
he's got a kid, so
it
he'll
wouldn't
probably
be
say
until
no.
later.
Yeah.
But back to the story.
Okay. Well, we
do that
meet
all
up.
the fucking time.
I know. We go off topic.
Oh, I'm watching my podcast last night, and I'm like, dude, we went off topic 4 fucking times before we finished the story.
And at least it's how do you say it?
Well, it adds to the story.
It adds to the story.
Yeah.
It has a much smoother flow, even though it goes off.
Breaks it up into pieces.
Yeah. So it's more enjoyable to watch. Congratulations on the 100 subscribers.
Yeah, 129 right now, actually.
129?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Hey, congratulations to us.
Yeah, to us. So we met up with our friend Matt. We met him at the Whisper House. So our friend Ben came along as well because, we invited him. And we had one drink maybe there?
I think we were too deep on all of us. I hear my dog in the background.
Oh.
We were too deep, I think.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We were too deep. We were just hanging out, having a good time.
Yeah.
And then Ben had to leave because, he had to go take care of his kid.
Yeah.
Even though it was dark and his kid was sleeping.
Well, you gotta be there. I don't know. Dad things.
Yeah, I mean, you and I don't know, so.
No.
Only he would honestly know, or anybody that does have a kid.
I'm a dog parent. Fucking hate when people say that.
After that, Matt called his friend, what was it, Ross.
Oh, yeah.
His birthday was that same night. And then he's like, oh, we're at Walter's. I'm like, dude, I want to see Ross. I haven't seen Ross in a few years. Let's go hang out with him.
Right down the street.
We went right down the street, across the village, Claremont Village. And then we went to Walter's. And that is when we were just hanging out there. I bought us a round of beers.
Oh, that's when we had the Black Death drink.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Don't spoil it, man. Okay, so, I can tell we're kind of all quiet with each other. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, this is boring as shit.
To me, it was just because of how loud it was.
I think it was the loudness, but in my head, I was like, this is boring as fuck. I'm going to go mix things up. So I'm like, all right, I'm like, do you guys want another drink? And they're like, no. I'm like, what if I buy the next round?
And we're all like,
everyone's
kind of looked at each other like, well, I'm not going to say no.
Yeah, exactly. And
free beer, okay.
And I'm like, all right, let's do a kamikaze shots.
Oh, yeah,
Let's
I do.
Kamikaze shots.
I barely even remember that.
I do because I remember Matt being a pussy. He's like, I'll take a Jaeger bomb. I'm like, you're a pussy. You're a pussy. You can't do a kamikaze shot.
I don't know. Jaeger's kind of hard for me.
Jaeger's hard for me too, but I can drink that compared to the shit we drank.
After, yeah.
That, if any of you guys have ever had, what is it, rhubarb? Rice wine rhubarb? It's like a Chinese wine or some shit.
Was it rice?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I asked the guy for kamikaze shots, and he's like, well, we don't have sake here.
That was like the most dirt fucking alcohol ever. That tasted like literal just mud, fermented mud. That's what it tasted like, man. That was just horrible. And that's the only thing I can compare the devil's ball sweat to. Like, that's the closest thing. If you saw the last episode, that's a drink I made.
That alcohol was the worst alcohol in my fucking life. I've never ever had something that disgusting. And I asked him, I was like, do you got kamikaze shots? He's like, well, we don't have sake, but there's something else I can recommend. I'm like, you know what? You're the bartender.
You know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing.
More or less.
I recommend you never ever say that to a bartender because they're going to give you the shittiest alcohol
Yeah, they'll grab it from the well.
The shittiest beer.
Never grab from the well.
Yeah. You choose the alcohol you want. Yes, you might have to pay a little more, but you're going to like it. You're going to like it at the end of the day. If you have something that they're like, oh, recommend. They're like, you know what? I'm going to give this motherfucker the shittiest one because I don't even know who he is. Fuck him.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
I've been trying to get rid of this diarrhea water for a while.
So he gave me the drinks, and I just like, he helped me carry it over there. I remember he helped bring the drinks over, and I'm like, all right guys, let's drink it. And then we're like, what the fuck is this? Explain what it looked like, what it smelled like.
It smelled kind of interesting. I was just thinking about the smell. It didn't smell like it was going to be as bad as it was, but it had like an earthy smell. I remember that. It was like, it smelled like, not like how it smells after rain, but maybe like if you're in Wisconsin or something, you're mudding all day. That smell of like the earth, you know?
Yeah, that's honestly the best way to explain it. And that's the exact way it tasted. Because we took little sips, you, Alex, and me. He's like, Matt, he was the smart one. He was like, yeah, I'll take what I like. Jaeger bomb. So he was fine.
He missed out on an experience.
Dude, I'm not kidding you. I remember having that that rhubarb, whatever the fuck it was. That taste did not get out of my mouth for over an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah.
I can still taste that shit right now. Even after having this, I can still taste the dirt.
It's coming back.
It's coming back. That just, oh my God, it was so disgusting.
Taste syndrome.
But honestly, once I dunk it in and we drank it, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, the beer
fixed
really
it
helped a little bit.
But that was honestly the worst. And I remember what it's called. It's called Zuka.
Zuka.
Don't ever drink Zuka rhubarb wine. Ever, unless you have the stomach of a fucking goat. You can drink it. But if you don't fucking drink it at all. It's disgusting.
Oh, yeah, I'm curious. I kind of want to try it again.
Fuck that.
Just to
you
get
can
the
do
flavor,
that yourself.
Just to get that flavor. You know, we should make an episode of just... Maybe we'll do like a sub-series where we just purposely go look for the shittiest alcohol we can find just to taste it.
Oh, I already know one.
Yeah?
Popov.
Popov.
The plastic fucking gallon vodka.
There we go.
It's $8. That can start your car.
Yeah, we don't have to do it like Shoe Nice where he kills the whole thing, but you know.
Oh, dude, that one's so disgusting. Oh, so bad.
Yeah.
After that, then... you know, Ross didn't drink with us though, which was a bummer. But you know, his girlfriend was there.
He had his own group too.
He had his own group, and his girlfriend was there. He didn't want to act like a fool. I mean, I can completely understand.
There's like 3 more rounds after that too, didn't we?
Yeah.
And that's when I started paying for him. Like, all right, you paid for enough.
Yeah, you're like, oh, fuck it, I'll go get one.
I'm either drunk, and it doesn't matter anymore.
That's when you got those fucking Manhattans, and that's what set me.
I like Manhattans.
After the Manhattan, I was done. I was walking in the middle of the street. I didn't give a fuck at that point.
I know. I was expecting you to just pull out your penis and start peeing.
Did I? I don't think I did.
No.
Okay.
I thought about it too. I'm like, I can walk backwards and pee. I've done it plenty of times, but I don't want to do it in Claremont because I don't know where the cameras are. There's too many people there at all hours of the day, so I'm like, I'm going to keep it in my pants. Be safe. I don't want to be a registered sex offender. Are you going to take a piss?
What's up? I'm here to do your put away, man.
Wait, what did you say?
Don't worry about it.
Wait, you said we would fuck something?
Yep. Yeah. And then we hung out after that and for a little bit, and then we went our separate ways.
Was Alex at that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he was there.
Yeah, he was. But I can tell when Alex, like, if we continue to pressure him, I can tell he doesn't like it that much.
Yeah, I mean, Matt told us right off, like, actually, he drank again, because eventually we peer pressured him.
Matt?
Yeah, we did. We pushed him over the edge. Peer pressure is fun, you guys. But yeah.
I like how recently it's been you and me that have been doing it.
Peer pressuring each other, and then everybody else in the group.
Yeah. It's like, wow, we must hate our fucking lives to be doing that.
Oh, fuck, man. I don't know what it is with my body lately, but every time after drinking, I just have the worst shits now the next day.
Oh, man, dude.
I used to drink, and it was like, oh, headache? All right, take some pain meds, all good. But now, dude, I'm hitting the toilet. Fucking sucks, man. Not even 30 yet. What's going on with my body?
Yesterday I went to Yamava.
Yamava.
San Manuel.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's called Yamava now. I went there with my mom, my stepdad, and my girlfriend. We hung out there for a few hours, and I had 1 beer and 2 micheladas, and man, dude, those shits sucked.
I bet.
And it happened during work when I have to be in production.
Oh.
Because if I don't, it fucks up my numbers like really bad. I had to take a shit so bad, and it just exploded.
When you said it happened at work, I was like, "Oh, you were drinking at work? Cool. You just took a break, went to the casino."
No, fuck no.
No,
no.
That's when the feeling hit.
Yeah, that's when it really hit me, and I was so tired too. I tried to sleep the first time in a few months actually. I tried to sleep on my lunch since we have an hour lunch.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I was waking up every 10 minutes.
It's hard to sleep at work, man. It's always the fluorescent lights and everybody's loud in there, and then you don't feel as comfortable sleeping.
I was in my truck.
People. Oh, you went into your truck?
Yeah, I couldn't sleep though. Last night was not that much fun. It sucked ass, but we got out of there, had a decent time, thank God. We didn't go over 2 hours of overtime, not even an hour, less than that, thank God. Those damn taxes, dude, they just take and take and take. I swear. I remember I did 89 hours compared to an 80-hour week, and I only got a $100 difference.
Well, I'm looking forward to see what I get for this, the 15-hour shift I just did.
Oh, dude, you got double time after 12.
And it's a holiday pay, too.
Oh, shit.
So I'm actually
all that money's gone. All that money's gone.
Taxes,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
That sucks. But hey, man, at least you did.
Yeah, man, I did it. What are we at here? I can't even see the time because the thing is in front of it. Oh, I didn't press record.
You're lying.
I know, I'm lying.